Hey, what's up everybody? Chad Calek here. It's been a really long time since I've done a Q&A, and I just spent the last hour going through the Facebook messages that you guys have sent over the last couple months. There was a monster stack of them, which thank you for those. I'm going to try to answer as many as I can, as many questions as I can, as a lot of them relate to the tour, which I think I'll be able to bring some clarity to a lot of stuff here. Questions like, why aren't you coming to Canada? Will you ever be coming to Canada? Why aren't you coming to the upper Northwest? Why aren't you coming to Florida and New York? I mentioned a while ago, if you've been following me, that I signed with an agency. And an amazing agent named Rich Super, and they now handle all of our touring. So the only thing that I give is a general route of where I would like to go. And then from there, it comes down to like what is possible, like what venues are available, what promoter wants to bring us to town, that type of thing. And if it feasibly makes sense financially to come there. Because listen, at the end of the day, I'm a filmmaker, and you got to make a living. So you got to make sure that you can go out and do this and not go broke. It's the same as anybody else who has a job. You got to make sure it works for you. So on this time around, there are no Canadian dates. That does not mean that we won't do a full Canadian tour in the future. I think at some point that's going to happen. The upper Northwest, it just wasn't in the cards this time. But to New York and Florida, I am happy to say that we will be coming to New York, and we will be coming to Florida on the NOFACE Lives tour, which you'll hear all these dates and venues really soon, in a matter of days, basically. Again, they handled them, and I also signed with a publicist who is now going to be handling my social media and press releases and all those things. So they don't want me just running and kind of putting the cart in front of the cart in front of the carriage without us all kind of being together on this stuff. So this is all kind of new for me too, but in the past where we handled every single thing, and now I don't. People much better at this touring stuff than I am are now kind of in control of it all, which is a really cool thing, actually. Which I think everyone's gonna be really excited when they see the venues we're playing and just kind of the nature in which this tour is being conducted compared to past tours. So that is kind of what's going on there. Another question I've gotten a couple times is, if I saw NOFACE last July, can I expect to see anything new on the NOFACE Lives tour? Absolutely. First and foremost, the version you saw last July would technically fall under the director's cut, which is a very long version of NOFACE, which I felt was a bit sluggish. And I didn't necessarily get that feedback, but after seeing it in the theater several times, I knew there was a tighter version. And this version that people are going to be seeing now is much faster, much more entertaining, much... you can just lock right into it. I mean, I'm super excited about this version. So, if you went to the PARAMERICAN tour last July and you saw NOFACE, this is a very different version that you'll see. So I think that's worth it. We also have a different, really kind of story-infused evidence presentation with a lot of comedy to it and a lot of humor to it, which I think you guys will really dig. And if for those of you that are interested and enjoy the VIP experience, this one's really cool this time around. There's just a lot of FaceTime that we get to really hang out and spend a lot of time with our VIP guests. So if that's something you're interested in, a lot of things are different. It's a different tour. So yeah, it's a different tour. So, okay, let me see. What else? Okay, will I be ghost hunting on this tour? As I announced last year, I'm retiring from ghost hunting. But what retiring from ghost hunting really means is I will ghost hunt whenever I want to, not whenever I'm forced to. So, will I be ghost hunting on this tour? Maybe. Who knows? Maybe you'll buy a VIP ticket and not even know that when the show's over, I'll be taking you somewhere to ghost hunt throughout the night. We'll see. I'm going to say there's probably a good possibility of that happening maybe once or twice. We will see. Are we coming back to Australia? Probably the most asked question that I've got here. Absolutely. There's going to be a full countrywide Australia tour before the year is up in 2017. So hang with us. Early stages of planning are going on right now with that. So just hang with us. It's coming, I promise. Okay, let's get into non-tour related questions. Rod from Riverside, California says, your podcast with your agent on Paramerican Radio was kind of a bummer. I was let down by the reality of how hard you made it sound to get an agent. Is there any advice that you can give me that can make the process of landing an agent easier? Here's the best advice I could give, and I hate giving advice because people just don't fucking take it. And I don't think when I was younger I even really took it. I don't know, maybe I did. The best advice I can give is don't worry about the agent. Worry about being the best at what you do. Like, get in that top, 2-3% of people in your chosen field, whatever it is. If you're in Hollywood, if you're an actor or a director or a comedian, like whatever. I mean, if you hone your skills to the point that you are just fucking undeniable, if you can get in that upper tier, you're probably going to have success. The hard part isn't landing the agent. The hard part is getting good enough to land the agent, if that makes sense. So, and listen, don't be let down or discouraged. Anything in life that's awesome, that's worth having, is fucking hard to get. I mean, if me saying something is difficult, if you feel let down by it, maybe this might not be the right field for you, because everything's hard in Hollywood to get anywhere. It's not. It's a business built to keep people out. Like, once people reach a certain level of success, it's not inclusive, it's not inviting. Very few people throw the rope back over the fence, if you know what I mean. It's going to be hard, so know that going into it. Everything will be a struggle, but like anything else, man, if you just put your head down and your fucking battering ram right down the middle, you'll get there slowly but surely. Belle, I love this name, Belle. Belle from New Orleans asks, what is the best and the worst thing about touring? I've answered this several times. Best thing, the people, a new city every day. I'm a gypsy. I could live on the road forever. I love it. It takes a certain type of person, I think, to enjoy the road, but I absolutely love it. The worst thing, just staying healthy. It's just hard. It's hard to... You're up all hours of the night, you're stressed. It's really easy to eat shitty food, and yeah, it's just really, really hard. And that is Laura. Laura's home. She's doing Q&A, babe. Almost done. That's alright. And okay, so Amanda wants to know, if the NOFACE footage proves the existence of ghosts, why not just release it to the news or YouTube? I guess I don't see the advantage of either. If release it to what news? CNN? To Fox? I mean, who do you believe? Does that make it believable? The only opinion that I care about is the court of public opinion. That's what matters to, not the fucking news. I could give two shits about the news. And what makes the NOFACE footage so compelling is context. And when you know all the layers of information around it, that one by one slowly, take away the possibilities of what it could be. And that's an hour and 40-minute long process. What news station is going to give me that? I just don't. I don't even care about mainstream media. I source most of my news from alternative news sites anyways. Not the whack job fucking Alex Jones shit, but there are some good sites out there that are really, really just down the middle, So I don't see the benefit of releasing it to the news. I don't think that brings it any credibility, nor do I think they would give it the time that it needs. This is huge shit. I mean, this footage proves the existence of ghosts. This is a massive thing. And I think if you're going to make a statement like that, you should also stand before the people and say, yeah, you just watched my film. I'm saying this. I stand behind it. Now that you've seen it, what do you think? And I'm totally willing to do that. And as far as releasing it on YouTube, YouTube is where people release fake shit. So why would Craig ever release anything to YouTube? I'm so glad he didn't release it on YouTube. Because that's, it would be torn apart. And that's, again, that's the place where people release fake shit. So why would Craig release, authentic footage at a place where they release fake shit? So, Sherry from Gadsden, Alabama wants to know, why don't we just let everyone come to our tour for free? Because it costs money to put on a tour. It costs money to make films. I've said this before. The day that films and tours are free, I will be the first person to welcome everyone to my free event. I know it's not PC to talk about money, but I was just going over the expense report for the NOFACE Lives tour, and it's in excess of $100,000. I mean, $100,000, guys, just to take, 7 people on a tour bus to 30 cities in 6 weeks. It's an expensive motherfucker. And, this is what I do for a living. Nobody else would go work a job and then, bust their ass 80 hours a week and then go, I don't want to keep my lights on with my effort. You know what I mean? It's business. But at the same time, I'm very proud of the fact that we work really hard to make sure that tickets are reasonable, and I think that's why we've seen so many repeat attendees. I think our lowest ticket on this tour to just see the movie is going to be around $20-25, and I fight for that. Now that's obviously a sharp contrast to the VIP ticket, which is going to be around $200. But that's a special experience. That's an all day long, really unique process. The clicking you hear right now is Bugsy walking around, so just so you know. But that's it, Sherry. When it's free to make movies and put on tours, then I will let people in for free. Until then, it's a business and this is my job, and if I want to make new films, which is what I live to do, then it has to be economically feasible to do so. So that is why. Okay, general questions. Jenny from Cedar Rapids wants to know, what am I listening to right now? For some reason, I've been rocking like vintage Korn, like Life is Peachy Korn, like the first album. I've been rocking that for the last week or so, and I'm really into the new Yellow Wolf. I love his whole like Catfish Billy, that like really like southern rednecky shit type fucking rap, rock, folk fusion. It's weird, but I dig it. I really dig what Yellow Wolf's doing. Claire from Seattle wants to know my sign and my favorite color. That's easy. I am a Gemini. I'm a wild man, and my favorite color is blue. I always wonder why people want to know someone's favorite color. Like, what does that mean ultimately? I don't know. Interesting though. And Sarah from Hamilton, Canada wants to know how my daughter Gracie is doing. She's doing amazing. She's sprouting up like you wouldn't believe. She's just this little person. She's doing incredible. I'm really, really proud of her. Her daddy loves her very much. And Shannon from Houston wanted to know, this is really unique. I've never done this, but I thought this was so unique that I'm going to do it for her. But Shannon from Houston wanted to know if I would read the following lines from a poem called A Prayer in Hell's Kitchen by Alex Dimitrov. I'm going to click this off. 1 second. I'm going to deal with that bullshit. Okay, so Shannon from Houston wanted to know if I would read the following lines from a poem called A Prayer in Hell's Kitchen by Alex Dimitrov. I don't think these words have anything to do with me. I think this is something to do with your life, Shannon, or something you're going through. It's beautiful. It's dark. I like it. I'm not sure, again, I know what it means, but you asked me to read it for you, so I will read it. And I hope this does for you what you want it to do. But it says, Wild ones, let us forgive the bitter pill delivered with each finger shoved down. Forgive tasting Judas, forgive nothing. Here is the bed, dark like a true beginning. We all enter the body alone, and only once. We do not get to stay. I don't know what that means, but damn, I like it. I kind of get it. But I hope, Shannon, if you're going through something dark, just know it gets better. You know, I checked Shannon's profile, and I don't want to say her name to make her, to out her, but she appears to be in her early 20s, and my early 20s were a wildly bizarre time filled with fucking pure insanity. And what I can tell you is it gets better. Life does not get, and in some ways it gets harder as it goes on, but the best in life is certainly yet to come. So Shannon, if you're going through something difficult, which you didn't share with me, and I may be way off here, just know people love you, people care, it gets better, and I love that. Wild ones, let us forgive the bitter pill delivered with each finger shoved down. Forgive tasting Judas, forgive nothing. Here is the bed, dark like a true beginning. We all enter the body alone, and only once. We do not get to stay. That's really fucking cool. And with that, guys, much love. I'm going to do more of these as bugs do not hit the tripod. I'm going to do more of these as time goes on. I got a new setup now with a little more light that comes in here. So I'll try to keep you guys up to speed more. And there's going to be a new Paramerican Radio coming either tomorrow or the next day. We're going to slow those up a bit. I was cranking like 2 out a week, like on a Wednesday and a Sunday. But what I saw is that the Wednesday one always suffers because people end up watching the one on Sunday first. And not everybody gets time to go back, 2 or 3 hours. So I try to do one new one about every 6 days instead of every 4. 6 or 7 around there, but they'll steadily come. So thank you guys for watching Paramerican Radio. Stay tuned for more info on the news, the tour, all that stuff. What can I say, man? I love you guys. I'm going to see you all on the road very soon. Peace and much love. I'm out. Bye.